Hey everyone, Creatively Cara here, and my channel is all about taking you along on my creative journey through my bullet journal, artwork, and DIY. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'd love to have you join me on my creative journey by hitting that subscribe button down below. Today's video is for my August plan with me, so grab your bullet journal and your supplies and let's get started. Something new I'm trying this time around comes from Joshi Corin, but she creates a monthly plan to kind of get an overview of what the theme will be, including colors, washi tape, doodles, font, spreads, and so on. So August will be all about the Tatarian Aster. I was inspired by this flower when I saw it in the botanical line drawings book I own. Once I googled it and saw it was a beautiful purple color, I knew I had to go with it. From there, I determined the color scheme with purple, yellow, and green. These are all going to be Crayola Super Tip markers, and then I'll also be using my white jelly roll over the black washi tape. All of the items I used today will be linked in the description box down below. Then you can see here I listed out the spreads I wanted to include and some extra things like using my stencils. Now that we have an idea of what August will look like, let's go ahead and get started putting it all together. I wanted to try my cover page with August as hand lettering kind of in the middle and then artwork on top and or bottom. I started with the Tatarian Aster on the top and just drew out 3 simple flowers. This is a pretty easy doodle to create. I'll probably make a post on my Instagram account about how to actually break these down and doodle them, so you guys can follow along as well. But it's pretty simple. I just sort of drew out a bunch of petals with the yellow in the middle and then the stem with some leaves and a little curly cues, and then outlined it with my Sakura Pigma Micron. Then I went ahead and added in the August header in the middle as I wanted it to go, and I used one of my Pentel brush pens, but the downstrokes were not quite as thick as I wanted to, so just added in a little bit of faux calligraphy with the brush pen to make it a little bit more bold. I felt like the flowers alone was not quite enough for this theme, and so I also included another doodle of some leaves in here, and I thought the pairing was very nice. And the contrast in the 2 greens also paired nicely as well. That was not in my initial plan, but of course, plans always kind of take a turn away. Maybe you don't plan on it going. This is the black washi tape that I have. It's actually Scotch tape. I felt like doing upside down flowers on the bottom would be too much. I decided to go with the washi tape on the bottom, and I am very happy with my decision. I think the black and the purple go perfect with this. For the cover page this time around, I didn't actually want to hand letter a quote. So I took a different approach and I used my HP Sprocket mobile printer. I will have that link down below. I believe the one that I own is a little bit more out of date. I think they've updated it since then, so I will link to the more current version down below, but I love my HP Sprocket. I did create a video on this as well, just kind of showing you how it works, but it's super awesome to be able to include these kinds of things in your bullet journal. Let me know in the comments below if you also use some form of a mobile printer in your bullet journal, because I think it's an awesome thing to include, whether that's to keep track of memories or add simple little things like florals to your bullet journal. Anyways, I wanted to create this kind of collage on this side, and I love how everything ended up turning out, but I did add in a doodle initially out of that corner to fill it in, and I did not like how it turned out. So this is one of many mistakes I made in my August monthly plan with me this time around. I decided to cover it up with some more yellow paper, use the stamp, added some more dots. It's all good. You can always cover things up with washi tape and other papers, so usually things still work out. It's all right. Love how the collage turned out, and I also love how the cover page is, so very happy with the start of this bullet journal theme. Next up, we have the monthly layout, and I absolutely love how this one turned out. I went with individual boxes this time around. I believe they're 5x6 or 6x6 dots. It might be 6x6. They're nice perfect squares, so yeah, probably 6x6. I did give them a little drop shadow with my gray zebra mild liner, which really helped each of those individual boxes pop out. By the way, I love these zebra mild liners. They're some of my favorite markers, and I know I really need to get the brush pens, so I need to get my hands on those because I feel like I would love them. These are some stencils I got from Amazon, and they come with like 15 or 16 sheets of just all these different things, so really great for journaling. I just wanted to use a simple circle to put my number in, so I went and used that for with the yellow, added the days of the week on top, and then filled it in. To fill in the white space on the monthly page here, I'm going to add my floral doodles to the bottom. Again, these are pretty simple to do. Just start with a yellow dot in the middle and then add in the leaves. You want to make some shorter to kind of give it a little bit of a perspective. This is kind of the theme I went with. I just would draw every other a flower and then the leaves also. Again, I think that provided some great contrast. Yes, I do believe it smears if you try to like touch it right away, but it will dry and stay there. So definitely something to invest in if you really like that black on white contrast in your bullet journal. This month too, I want to try utilizing the task list again. I'm trying to go more with dailies within my weeklies, if that makes sense. I'll explain a little bit more when we get to my weekly spread, but I thought having a monthly task list again would help me. Might also make this sort of a brain drop page if I need to add a few notes in there. Next up will be my habit tracker, and just going with the calendar boxes along with that same header style that I'm using throughout my August theme. I did end up having a little extra space on the end, so I just doodled in a flower there. And then doodled in some flowers at the bottom, of course. Same style I did on the cover page and the monthly page. Every other flower with the leaves in between. And I outlined my flowers and leaves with my Pigma Micron. I think that really helps it to pop, but I liked to do the color first to give it a little bit more of a messy look. Using my stencils again to add a little bit of a rectangle to the top for the headers of my monthly habits. I've got quite a few here, but my very last habit, I actually couldn't think of what to put there. So it's currently still blank, so if any of you have any great recommendations, please let me know in the comments below. What are some of your favorite things to track that I might be able to also include in my bullet journal? The following page here will be my productivity, energy, and mood tracker all in one. Yes, fitting it all on one page. I tried this productivity and energy tracker in July and it's currently still in progress, but I want to do it again because I love how it's working for me. This was another place where I messed up in my bullet journal. I really wanted to try and use some floral stamps that I had that kind of look like the Tatarian Aster flower, but it did not have enough space. Sharing it with the other tracker, it just did not work out. So I covered it up with the black Scotch washi tape and just doodled over it with the white jelly roll. I plan on coloring in the leaves essentially with a pattern for how I feel, and that's going to be on a scale with faces, which I will be drawing here in just a minute. I also messed up on the headers. I didn't like how just the black looked with the productivity and energy, so I added some more tape in there to write that in. Then the productivity and energy will just be measured with two colors, one more of a bar graph and the other one more of a line graph. If you want, you can check out my Instagram in progress on my current July one, but that'll be linked down below. I've also been including a social media tracker. Specifically, I'm focusing on my YouTube channel and Instagram account. These are two of the main social medias I post on, but I do have a Facebook page, Twitter, and Pinterest as well. Pinterest I've been working on because, of course, I get a lot of my inspiration from there as well. So be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts, all linked down below. The social media tracker, though, essentially will just have my start and end amount for subscribers or followers, and then it's a calendar list down, and I'm just going to plan out, when I'm going to post my videos or when I want to post some key Instagram photos. But I also might just include things in as I go if I post something extra or hadn't planned it out previously. The next page is going to be a doodle gratitude, and I've never tried this before, but I saw the idea on Instagram, specifically coming from Plants That Blossom, and I thought that this was such a great idea. I've really been wanting to doodle more in my bullet journal. Plus, I love being able to have some sort of like gratitude tracker or one line a day, something like that. So I am really interested to give this one a try. Next up is going to be my expense and or budget tracker. I'm not including as much budget as I did for July, but I am going back to trying to keep track of this in my bullet journal. I do feel like it helps me because I'm the kind of person that likes to spend money, so having this in here helps me keep focused on what I'm spending money on and where I'm at within the month each time as well. So I'm encouraging myself to make sure I update the budget weekly. And what's going to be at the top of this list is variable expenses. So the variable expenses are obviously the things that can fluctuate the most within your budget. By keeping track of these items specifically, I'm hoping to make sure that I keep within my budget range. I will record how much I've spent each week. That's why there's so many columns in that first box there. But then the expense tracker is pretty basic, just the day I spent it, the description, category, and the amount. And of course, sprucing up the page a little bit with my Tatarian Aster flowers here. Do you guys like to keep a budget in your bullet journal? I'm definitely kind of a person that likes to also have it online because I think that online there's more that you can do when it's more digital, but for some reason that pen to paper kind of thing always seems to help motivate me a little bit better. I'm going to actually keep track of this stuff in here. I'll still have my budget digitally to just kind of keep the totals all in there, but I'll keep track of my expenses in my bullet journal. We'll see how this goes, but I'm hoping it will go well for me. The last page we have to set up is my weekly spread. The last couple of weeks I have been trying the Dutch door, which I've been bullet journaling for almost 3 years and I've never tried these before, but I've been loving it. I'm finding that I can kind of almost do daily spreads within a weekly spread, having this extra space. Also, please don't mind my cat. This is Milo. He likes to join me when I'm bullet journaling. He did make another appearance in one of my more recent videos. I made a camper sign and yeah, he just decided to come lay down and definitely wanted some attention from me. But you know, that's what cats do. This Dutch door idea is so amazing. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to want to keep utilizing it, so I went ahead and just made that my first weekly spread for August. This time I'm using washi tape to separate it. I do like to have kind of color on the edge of each of these so you can definitely see where the outlines are. I think it helps just break things up a little bit more. So I added washi tape to the middle piece, and then I'm also going to add it where it lines up on the back page and the front page. And I decided to use the yellow washi tape for this, which I haven't really used yet much. Of course, adding that black Scotch tape in there for the header. I haven't done this all year, but I do actually like labeling my weeks by like week 31 or whatever the week it is in the year. Since I'm going on a more daily basis within my weekly spread, I'm only going to write down Monday for now. I'm trying to use the standard bullet journal method where you start with a day and then move on to the next day, but I personally am trying to keep it all still within 1 week here. On the right side, I will have my meal plan. Really been trying to be better about this for my family. I want to make sure that we buy the right groceries and also just know what we're going to have for dinner too. Then on the left side, we'll complete the weekly spread with some floral and leaf doodles. Well, there you have it. That is my August monthly setup. Love the colors and the vibe I'm getting for August. I think it's all going to work out so great. Thank you all so much for taking the time to watch my video today. If you liked what you saw, make sure you hit that like button down below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well and ring that bell to be notified of when my videos are next posted. Until next time, bye-bye.